Good afternoon, polar bears. I'm so happy to see you here today. It's story time again. And in case you were wondering what we're doing here, it's time to get out our glasses so we can sing our song. This is a fancy way to put on your glasses if you want to try it. Usually we put them on like this. You can try it. You have to go like this, turn them all the way upside down. Wow, that's fancy glasses. All right. Let's sing our song together, shall we? These are my glasses, this is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book. Now I read, and I look. I put down my glasses and close up the book. Okay, let me put on my real glasses so I can see, and I have great news today. I have what's known as the funniest storybook ever. And the reason it's the funniest is because it says so right here on the cover. It says, Richard Scarry's, that's the author, funniest storybook ever! Exclamation point! So I have a really funny story to read to you today from this book. Look, I put a little bookmark in. And by the way, I borrowed this from a very good friend, and thank you, very good friend. I really appreciate your letting me borrow your book over the weekend. The story today is called The Talking Bread. And we have been doing a fair amount of dough making, at least I have at my house. Hopefully you got a chance to make some dough at your house too. So, bread is made out of dough, and I thought I'd read you a story about somebody that has a mishap with some dough. Ready? The Talking Bread. Humperdinck, the baker, was mixing bread dough with the help of able baker Charlie Mouse. His little girl, Flossie, watched them squish and squash the dough. After they had kneaded the dough by squishing and squashing, they patted it into loaves of all different sizes and shapes. Then Humperdinck put the uncooked loaves into the hot oven to bake. Did you notice what his oven is? Looks like a big loaf of bread. That's the coolest oven I've ever seen. After the loaves finished baking, the Humperdinck set them out on the table to cool. Fresh bread smells good if you've never smelled it before, my friends. And he finally took out the last loaf, and listen, did you hear that? Mama! What? When he picked up the loaf, it said, Mama! But everybody knows that the bread can't talk. It must be haunted, he thought. Oh, help! Police! Humperdinck picked up Flossie and ran from the room. I must telephone Sergeant Murphy, he said. There they went. I hope Sergeant Murphy can help. Let's see. Sergeant Murphy arrived in a hurry on his motorcycle. Glad he's wearing a helmet. See that? He reached down and he picked up the loaf of haunted bread. Mama, said the bread. Oh, look at that. He was so shocked. Wow. He was startled. He's so startled that he fell right in to the mixing trough. And just at that moment, Huckle and Lowly came into the bakery. Huckle's the cat and Lowly is the worm, in case you guys don't know. That is a very strange loaf of bread, said Lowly the worm, stretching out as he ooched across the floor towards it. He took a nibble of the bread and said nothing. He nibbled and nibbled. Oh, look, he's going right inside the bread. And the bread said nothing. And then Lowly stood up, and the bread said, Mama! Lowly took another nibble and then stuck out his head. I have solved the mystery, he said. break open this loaf of bread very gently, but please don't break me. I'm a fragile worm. Humperdinck broke open the bread, and oh my goodness, what do you think he saw? Flossie's doll! Mama! She had fallen into the mixing trough and had been baked right inside the bread. Oh, the mystery was solved, and they all sat down to eat the delicious haunted bread. And all that is except for Lowly, because Lowly, when he solved the mystery, had already eaten his fill. All right, Lowly, but please take your foot off the table. Look, he's got his little shoe on. Oh, that was one of the funniest stories ever. We might have to borrow this and read some more funny stories someday. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be back for more stories very soon.